Taliban just shocked the world with what they're building. But here's what almost nobody is talking about. It's not just construction, it's control. Control of water, energy, and even trillions in hidden minerals. The same resources China is already eyeing. One of these projects is so massive, it's the largest of its kind in all of Asia. And if you think that's big, wait until you hear how China is quietly expanding a $60 billion megacorridor straight into Afghanistan. Stay for that. Let's start with what's happening 400 kilometers north, the largest man-made canal in the desert, the Khostepa Canal project. This isn't just any construction project. It's a 115-mile water canal that's wider than California's famous aqueduct. Here's why this is huge. The canal will divert 20% of water from the Amu Darya River across northern Afghanistan's desert plains. When completed, it could irrigate 550,000 hectares of farmland. That's bigger than the entire state of Delaware. This would increase Afghanistan's farmable land by 1/3 and potentially make the country completely self-sufficient in food. Right now, 6,000 workers operate massive excavators around the clock, carving this enormous ditch through some of the world's most challenging terrain. The total estimated investment cost of the Khostepa Canal project is $684 million. The Taliban has invested another $100 million into this project, showing they're serious about transforming Afghanistan's economy. But here's the controversial part. Neighboring countries like Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan are getting nervous. They depend on that same river water for their cotton fields, and Afghanistan is basically saying, we're taking our share whether you like it or not. The Taliban isn't just building within Afghanistan. They're constructing projects that give them leverage over neighboring countries. And water is their most powerful weapon. Beyond the Khostepa Canal, they are building multiple dams across the country. They recently announced fresh construction on the Bakshabad Dam, even while having diplomatic disputes with Iran over water rights. 4. The message is clear. Afghanistan controls the water sources, and they'll build whatever they want. These dam projects serve multiple purposes. They generate hydroelectric power, making Afghanistan less dependent on energy imports. They provide irrigation for agriculture, supporting the Taliban's goal of food self-sufficiency. And they give Afghanistan negotiating power with downstream countries that depend on these same water sources. The Taliban has also been surprisingly effective at cleaning up corruption in these projects. Unlike the previous US-backed government that was notorious for siphoning off billions in aid money, the Taliban appears to be actually completing projects and using resources efficiently. According to multiple reports, they've dramatically reduced the corruption that plagued infrastructure projects for decades. To make their country better in every way, the Taliban aren't just focusing on electricity, canals, dams, natural gas, and waterways. They're also reconstructing their old capital to improve their lifestyle, creating what's now called Kabul New City. This isn't just another construction project, it's a complete reimagining of Afghanistan's future. A massive urban development covering 722 square kilometers, almost 1.5 times the size of present-day Kabul. The Taliban plans to build 250,000 residential units that could house between 1.1 and 3 million people, creating a modern hub to ease Kabul's overcrowding crisis. Phase 1 alone is divided into 206 sections. The Golden City section will offer 42,000 housing units for 23,000 people across 372 hectares. construction restarted on Parcel B in August 2023, building 6,600 housing units for 40,000 residents. In late 2024, work began on Parcel 2.6 with a $700 million investment to provide 52,000 units for 33,000 residents. But it's not just housing. The Taliban envisions universities, clinics, shopping centers, and green spaces, all supported by reliable infrastructure including schools, hospitals, utilities, and parks. The project will unfold over 30 years into main phases, featuring commercial, agricultural, and recreational areas. If completed, this would be one of the largest planned cities in Asia, transforming Afghanistan's urban landscape forever. The Taliban understands geography better than most people realize. Afghanistan sits right in the middle of some of the world's most important trade routes, and they're building infrastructure to take advantage of this position. First, there's the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC expansion. In May 2025, China, Pakistan, and the Taliban signed a trilateral agreement to extend this $60 billion corridor into Afghanistan. This creates a direct link from China's Xinjiang province through Pakistan to Afghanistan, giving China access to Central Asian market. But here's where it gets really interesting. The Trans-Afghan Railway Project. This $4.8 billion, 573-kilometer railway will connect Uzbekistan to Pakistan through Afghanistan, cutting transit time from 35 days to just 4 days. Construction starts in 2025, and it will require building over 300 bridges and 5 major tunnels through some of the world's most challenging terrain. Meanwhile, the Kaf-Herat Railway connecting Afghanistan to Iran became operational in 2023. With the first cargo shipment of 655 tons of railway equipment successfully completed, this gives Afghanistan access to Iranian ports and global shipping networks. The Taliban is essentially saying, you might not recognize our government, but you can't ignore our geography. Well, geographically, no one can beat the Taliban, and maybe that's why they started the Tapi pipeline project around 20 years ago. But unfortunately, it got stuck in the planning phase. TAP stands for Turkmenistan, Afghanistan,